Hello? Hello?
I don't think it can hear you, boss.
Ahoy, my dear friend! Oswald Factorbuilt at your service.
He's no more your dear friend than Rex is your creation, you besotted gear oiler.
Oh, don't mind Cornelius. He's been bitter since the first great rolling brownout.
Bitter? Bitter? I'll show you bitter, you backbiting bot snatcher.
I think I like these guys, boss.
What's in that building?
Why, Arbiter's Court, of course. Why else would we be here?
I need to see Arbiter.
We all do, my dear friend. But the courthouse is locked, and first come, first served.
Why are you waiting in line?
Justice. I'm here for justice. To prove that I, Cornelius Factorbuilt, created this marvelous machine, Rex. Rex Cornelius built.
Ignore him, my dear friend. Candidly, he is 10-23 flops short of a kilo, if you catch my drift. The machine's name is Oswald Built. Rex Oswald Built.
This is over a name? Why not just let Rex decide?
Ridiculous. This is about principle.
This is about pride.
So, boss? Would you fight over me like this?
You could call yourself Crispin Crispian for all I care. As long as you still pull things off ledges for me, that is.
Glad to know I'm loved.
How are you going to decide who gets Rex?
For the law, fool. The law.
Please excuse my brother. He can barely remember pi to the 23rd digit, let alone his manners.
For?
I rest my case. Suffice it to say, old chap, we await the reopening of the courthouse. Or more precisely, we await a summons from Arbiter who will decide our case.
Who will say whose contribution was more important? Who will say, in fact, that my contribution was more important?
I'm looking for a big robot. It floats and has lots of claws and shoots lasers.
Wow,
It
it's
stole
cool.
something of mine. Have you seen it?
Indeed. The robot you describe sounds like Scraper, Metromind's enforcer. Whatever he took is gone forever.
I refuse to accept that.
Oh, he refuses. How delightful.
Do you know where I can find a power source?
Alas, my friend, power is not so abundant in Metropole as it once was.
That Magank Metromine seized it all. Seized it and doles it out. And there's hardly enough to go around now.
Metromind keeps all power sources in the Great Tower where the Council used to meet. If you want to share it, you will need to pay her in megacycles.
Megacycles?
Yes, megacycles, you ninny. CPU cycles. Brain power. The kind of power she really wants. Her low-rate processor was made for running trains, not a city.
Sounds like crypto.
Could someone else judge your case?
Of whom were you thinking? Metromind, perhaps? Authoritative to be sure, but I fear she would claim Rex for the good of all.
And since the subway schemer
He means Metromind.
shut down our builder Factor, he cannot help either.
What about Horatio?
Who?
Me.
And why should we listen to you?
I've built a robot before, and I have no stake in this.
Yes, well and good, but this is a matter of law and logic. A bit harder than banging together a tin can like your companion. How can we know your reasoning is sound?
Test me.
An interesting proposition. What do you say, Cornelius?
What do I say? I say that you are a liar and a thief, Oswald. But as to this Horatio, well, as to him, so be it.
Boss, if they make us find 7 lost crystals, I'm quitting.
Shh.
Righto. Consider this. At the binomial biennial, 7 robots in the probability circle are gathered for a party.
The what circle is gathered at the what? Is this some kind of vocab test?
I said quiet.
Each robot is either a Factor-built or a Sternweiler-built.
Blasted Sternweilers.
And moreover, each robot is designed with either a quad-core, a linear type, or a multiplex processor architecture.
This is ridiculous!
Pay attention. Factor or Sternweiler, quad-core, linear type, or multiplex.
Indeed. Now I will tell you 3 things about these probabilitists. First, there are more Factor-built robots than Sternweiler-built. Second, every linear-type robot was built by Factor. Finally, Sternweiler never built a robot with a quad-core.
Now listen. Which of the following statements about the probabilitist circle cannot possibly be true?
Jeez, there was so much information given there. How dare they?
Could you repeat the question?
Indeed. At the binomial biennial, 7 robots in the
7
probability
robots.
circle are gathered for a party. Each robot is either a factor built or a Stern-Weiler built.
Okay.
And moreover, each robot is designed with either a quad core, a linear type, or a multiplex processor architecture.
Okay, there's 2
now, I will
types.
tell you 3 things about these probabilitists. First, there are more factor-built robots than Stern-Weiler builds.
Okay.
Second, every linear-type robot was built by factor. Finally, Stern-Weiler never built a robot with a quad core.
Now listen. Which of the following statements about the probability circle
factor
cannot
built.
possibly be true?
Five robots were built by Factor.
5 robots were built by Factor.
Failure? Failure? Clearly, you are unfit to judge our case. Now go bother someone else.
Oh.
At the binomial biennial, 7 robots in the probability circle are gathered for a party.
Okay.
Each robot
7.
is either a factor built or a
Factor built or
Stern-Weiler
Stern-Weiler built.
Moreover, each robot is designed with either a quad core, a linear
Linear type, or
a
multiplex
processor
signatures.
architecture. Now I will tell you 3 things about these probabilitists. First, there are more factor-built robots
More
than
factor
Stern-Weiler
builts.
builds. Second, every linear type robot was built by factor.
Linear
Finally,
type.
Stern-Weiler never built a robot with a quad core.
Okay.
Now listen. Which of the following statements about the probability circle cannot possibly be true?
All quad cores were by Factor. And he also built the linear processors. So Factor. Can't be. You gotta repeat it.
Could you repeat the question?
Indeed. At the binomial biennial, 7 robots in the probability circle are gathered for a party. Each robot is either a factor built or a
Factor built or Stern-Weiler built.
And moreover, each robot is designed with either a quad
Quad
core,
core,
a linear type, or a multiplex
Right, so it's 3
processor
different types of
architecture.
processors.
Now I will tell you 3 things about these probabilitists. First, there are more factor-built robots than Stern-Weiler builds.
Okay.
Second, every linear-type robot was built by factor.
By Factor.
Finally, Stern-Weiler never built a robot with a quad core.
Now
Okay.
listen. Which of the following
So
statements
quad
about
cores
the
and linears are
probability
built by
circle
Factor.
cannot possibly be true?
Okay, so quad cores and linear processors are built by Factor. Factor had the most. 5 robots were built by Factor. 5 robots have linear processors. 5 robots have quad core processors. 4 robots have. Robots were built by Stern-Weiler.
Could you repeat the question?
Yeah.
Indeed. At the binomial biennial, 7 robots in the probability circle
7.
are gathered for a party. Each robot is either a factor built or a Stern-Weiler built. And
Yeah.
moreover, each robot is designed with either a quad core, a linear type, or a multiplex processor architecture.
Right.
Now I will tell you 3 things about these probabilities.
So there's more factor
First,
builts.
There are more factor built robots than Stern-Weiler builds. Second, every linear type robot was built by factor. Finally, Stern-Weiler never built a robot with a quad core.
Now listen. Which of
So-
the following statements about the probability circle cannot possibly be true?
Oh, cannot possibly be true. Cannot possibly be true. 4 robots were.
4 robots were built by Stern-Weiler.
Good show.
The preceding facts are unchanged. Now, answer this. If exactly 2 factor-built robots have the same type of processor architecture, then which of the following must be true?
Okay, so if there's only. So that we know for a fact that there's. Well, 2 of the same. One of the 7 robots has a quad core processor. This is true. 2 of the 7 robots have linear type processors. 2 of the 7 robots have linear type processors. Okay. 3 of the 7 robots were built by Stern-Weiler. Probably. 4 of the 7 robots have multiplex processors. 4 of the 7 robots have multiplex processors. That's not possible. 5 of the 7 robots were built by Factor. We probably know that 5 of them were true. 2 of the 7 robots have linear type processors. Yeah, because there's also quad cores too, so I'm gonna say...
Could you repeat the question?
Indeed. At the binomial biennial, 7 robots in the probability
No,
circle.
I already
Each row
answered
and
this
all
one.
now until first. They're on second. And finally, stern one.
Now, answer this. If exactly 2...
Oh, shoot. I'm gonna say 5 of the 7 robots were built by
5
Factor.
of the 7 robots were built by Factor.
Fair, clear. Now go buff.
No. Coming back for this.
Can I try again?
No.
What if I could find someone you respect? Someone who would be willing to judge your case?
Well, I suppose there's no harm in looking.
If you want to waste your time mentally...
Very good then. I am uploading the facts of... If you can find a suitable judge, let us...
I like the fact that you guys denied me, so I'm leaving.
What are you doing here?
Waiting.
For what?
My bus.
I'm pretty sure the bus isn't coming.
It will come.
Your bus is a burning wreck about 2 blocks from here.
It will come. I must go home. Metromind will take me home.
Super
A rather
sad.
simple looking model. Bus stop. Buses run every 10 minutes. 10 is crossed out and 30 is written below it. 30 is crossed out and 60 is written below it. 60 is crossed out and daily is written below it.
Daily minutes? That doesn't make sense.
If it makes you feel better, daily is crossed out and service suspended is written below it.
I am waiting.
Yeah, we know.
Relay that. Keep information.
I guess we need to wait our turn.
Now what?
Goodbye.
Cheerio.
Really wanted to answer those questions. Alright, so...
Excuse me.
Sir, my apologies, sir. 187th Legion built. Surly Company. Reporting.
Horatio No Build, version 5. A pleasure.
Horatio Null built, sir? Never heard of any service bot with that designation. Still, it's good to see another Urbanian, sir. After things got foobarred back home, I figured Surly Company was all that was left.
Urbanian. What are you talking about?
This sod. Finally made a friendly and uses crime as primer. No offense, sir, just hoped... Well, never mind that. How can I assist you, sir?
Surely Company,
Surly
Urbania.
Company. Urbanian. What are you talking about?
Well, sir, I'm not sure quite where to start. I had you figured for one of us, seeing as how you came up as a friendly on my IFF.
I could see you as a member of Surly Company, boss, but as friendly? Nah.
Zumi's got some mouth on him, huh, sir? Always do those flyboys.
Look, why don't you just give me a quick rundown?
Well, sir, can't see the harm, even if you are a decoy. War's over, after all. It was over before Surly Company even deployed. See, we're Urbanian robots. Long time back, Urbani and Metropol got to fighting over something, who knows what. The Metropolitans fried their civilians, and Legion told us to strike back. Word was, some big airship of ours was supposed to knock out Metropol's defenses, and we just come in for mop-up. But the Metros took our ship down with their own heavy hitter, some giant named Goliath.
I see.
Anyway, Surly Company was all that was left, so we deployed 200 strong.
What happened then?
Well, it's a long march from Urbani, sir, and most of us broke down on the way. All said and done, the only ones who made it were me, 113th, and a signal bot we call Primer. The rest are all out there in the dunes somewhere.
I'm sorry.
War's war, sir. If it didn't crash hard, they wouldn't have built us in the first place.
If it makes you feel any better, Horatio cut Goliath's finger off.
Well, sir, someone ought to stick a medal on your chest.
Oh. Okay, so it sounds like Unique is probably what I was flying, and I was supposed to be flying it to take out the whatever, and then Goliath took me out. That's why we're enemies. That's my guess.
Why are you in line?
Seeing as how I'm on the outside now, sir, I figured I had to go pay restitution for shooting up the enemy HQ.
Enemy HQ.
Yes, sir. That big tower in the center of the city.
Okay, so why haven't you paid? It sounds like all of this happened a long time ago.
Years ago, sir. But the courthouse has been locked down the whole time. I figured they'll open it up eventually, and then I can clear my name.
What if it doesn't open?
Well, sir, I know all about hurry up and wait.
Can I try opening that door?
Belay that, sir. The authorities told me that no one goes in till the door opens on its own.
But aren't we on the same side?
Affirmative, sir. But since I'm on CivDiv now, my programming requires me to submit to the local authorities.
What happened to 113th and Primer?
After we got to Metropole, we tried to put up a fight, but couldn't do much. They fried 113th, and my rifles jammed. Primer surrendered on our behalf. After dressing us down, they took all my big guns and sold the 113th shell to some scrap dealer. Primer never was the same. He encrypted part of his own logic so he wouldn't have to think about losing the war any longer. Then, he disappeared beneath the city. And me, I came here.
How did the war end?
For Surly Company, it ended when we staggered in here and surrendered. Beyond that, sir, it's all above my pay grade. Truth is, sir, we never even knew what we were fighting for, let alone what the Metropolitans wanted. So I can't say for certain that Metropole won, but I'm pretty sure Urbani lost, what with all the civilians being dead and the army being beaten.
How do you know you even have to pay something?
This seems logical, sir.
What if I could pay your fine for you, or get it canceled?
Well, sir, then I'd be much obliged, and I'd probably just leave town. Can't say that I'd much like being in enemy territory.
And how are we gonna do that, boss?
I'll figure something out. Goodbye.
Over and out, sir.
Over and out. Right. Okay, can we just not see that? Thank you. Can we get rid of that, please?
You know, boss, and it is miserable. At least
Why are
it'd be
these notifications
standing in
popping
line
up?
waiting for a door to open like these gearboxes are doing.
Seriously? So done with these notifications. Alright.
I'm not here to... I have nothing to say to him.
Okay, well, how do we get down? Metropole was built in layers by Primordia robots, each generation improving on the last in the endless train of progress. At one time, the city was governed by a council, but by mutual agreement, sole power was bestowed upon Metromind, for whom the city is now named. Huh, interesting. And such topic. What was the other thing? Start. Landmarks. In order to conserve energy and improve efficiency, only the city center is now accessible to Metropolitan robots. Here one can find the famed Council Tower rising high above Metropole, the old courthouse, and the historical central station, as well as Metropole's main street. For safety's sake, do not enter the underworks. Underworks are closed for public safety and will be reopened once additional repairs are complete. Thank you for patience. Map. Start. Metromind. Metromind is the guide, guardian, and weapon of Metropole, powered by the ad hoc robot council to steer the city toward progress in the bright future. Metromind has led with great efficiency and clear logic. She shares energy, parts, and raw materials with all roads as they share more process cycles in exchange to help advance the common good. Thanks to Metromind, the city has followed by unbroken progress. Scrapper, subway construction, repair, and precision excavation robot, or Scrapper, was built by Sternweiler in the Primordium. It is a loyal citizen of Metropole, always committed to the common good and eager to gather supplies for the city. Because of its background, Scrapper has often worked closely with Metromind. Start. Goliath. Goliath is a massive warbot built guard Metropole from all dangers, he is stationed in the dunes outside the city. Alpha. Eunuch. Horus. A single packet of data created during the Primordium described as an Urbanian weapon known as the Horus that was launched against Metropole. Some archaeologists believe that Horus was destroyed by Goliath. Others believe that the reference is simply a glitch or corruption of the ancient data. Okay. So I am Horus. Let's see what else is there. Laws.
Hey, look, something came out of the machine.
Trimming law is too vast for an ordinary robot to learn in full, but Metromine ensures that it is applied efficiently and fairly. Newcomers to the city should familiarize themselves with the corrupt data elimination plan topic, CDEP, and the refuge rule, as well as the efficiency CDEP. Corrupt data. In order to protect the city from corrupt data, Metromine and the Ad Hoc Robot Council passed the CDEP, under which all information related to this certain untrue subject, such as the mythical man, subject to swift elimination. Physical media containing such data will be disposed of in the Underworks quarantine zone. Refuge rule. Immediately following the Primordium, Metropole enacted the refuge rule, under which any robot is welcome in the city. In fact, for the first 48 hours after a robot arrives at Metropole, it will not be punished for violations of any laws except for harming another robot or causing significant property damage. The purpose of this law is to provide an integration period during which newcomers can make whatever modifications are necessary to operate within Metropolitan society. Law. Efficiency Initiative. The Efficiency Initiative was enacted by Metromine following a period of power shortages caused by systematic failures of city planning. Metromine reorganized the city along progressive ideals, closing off entire areas and consolidating the population of the center city. Moreover, Metromine identified and eliminated wasteful practices and efficient robots. In order to show his commitment to the common good, Factor volunteered to deactivate himself, and many similar obsolete robots followed suit. Since the initiative was enacted, power levels have been stable, but Metromine is always looking for progressive efficiency. To me, it sounds like the council, all these people, like, there's like, they volunteered to give up their power, but people don't seem extremely happy, and people, robots. So I'm wondering, ratio, man, so my guess is that whatever machine probably just took over. A mythological creature invented to explain the existence of the first basic primordial machines. Logic has proven that the progress, not man, explains the development of robots and the creation of Metropole. Huh. Eunuch didn't work. Alpha, Beta, Gamma. Train. Factor. Machine of enormous size and productive capacity, Factor spanned much of the Underworks before being shut down to conserve power for his fellow machines. Factor was a member of the council that appointed Metromine to lead Metropole. Fully one half of the post-primordial robots in Metropole are Factor builds. And alright, so we need to figure out.
Top me off, will you?
Need to figure out how to get out of here.
It's far too high to try climbing.
We've got to find a way to clear the line to get into the courthouse. Because honestly, I refuse to wait in line. Not even for a power core. Not even for a gynoid. Well, maybe for a gynoid.
Only respect. We have to go down. How do we go down? Maybe I have to go back this way. Here. Well, that robot's following me. There, view. There.
There's gotta be some other way to communicate with that floating robot.
We gotta commute with that floating robot. You have to commute with that floating robot, actually. Oh, wait a second. Medium. Encryption.
It's too heavy for me to lift.
Not what I wanted. Wait.
The Law and You, a Metropolitan Guide. It's written by Clarity Arbiter Build. It explains about the refuge rule and says that for the first 48 hours.
Yeah.
Armstrong, top me off, will ya?
Futile.
Yeah.
Relay that. Keep information.
I guess we need to wait our turn.
Oh.
I'll be crashed. Looks like the Metro's had our codes cracked. And sure explains how they fried our boot sector so easily.
Can I use this on myself then?
Relay that. Keep information.
I guess.
How would that even work? Futile.
I am waiting.
That's never I'm not going. Goodbye.
Cheerio.
We gotta clear the. We don't even know what the floating robot's gonna do. Oh, they said there's a way to talk to the floating robot.
Hello?
Boss, I'm pretty sure we're gonna need to find another way to communicate with it.
Okay, what about the transmitter?
I'm going to try sending messages to him in binary.
On an analog transmitter? That sounds like fun. For once, I'm glad you're the one with hands.
May Mandelbrot's bulbs unfurl their spirals for you, silent one.
What's he saying?
You do not join the harmony. I sing alone. I am one part of the great fractal. To your kind, I would be known as Gimbal, built by Lapita of Sovitas. The choir is silent. Burning ship has been extinguished. Strange tractors track no more. I alone sing the function. When I came to this silent city, I looked for others to join the harmony. Leopold, built by Steeple, told me that he had a device that would sing with me. In exchange for it, I traded my secondary motor. But what he sold me does not sing. You may have it.
It's a record.
Leopold tricked me, and he will not return my motor. I will sue him and force him to return. Infinite lawsuits, Silent One. I sing with all my voices. You hear only one. No, I must recover my motor so that I can dance with the harmony.
Looks like we're going to need to go talk to Leopold about a motor.
A motor.
Did you buy an Urbanian robot named 113th Legion build?
I've done a lot of trades, Tyro. I can't be expected to keep track of them all.
You need to give Gimbal back his motor, Leopold.
All trades are final, Tyro. Told him that before we did the swap. Not my problem he don't like records.
You knew he wasn't looking for a record.
Listen, Tyro. I don't know what people want or don't want. They do. Not my job to do Q&A on their faulty logic.
You know he's going to sue you, right?
Let him try. First off, he can't get into the courthouse any more than you can. Second, what's his case? A deal's a deal.
Let me see your stuff.
Come take a look.
Is that Gimbal's motor?
Sure is. Find me a bigger one, and it's yours.
Don't you think we should go check out where 187th shot up the tower?
Why?
Maybe he blasted a way in for us.
Hey Armstrong, top me off, will ya?
Some kind of track running up the side of the tower. It's far too high to try.
Well, how does one even see where to get to the tower? Let me go check out the view. Only thing I can think of.
Metropol's bleak skyline. Metropol's bleak skyline. Metropol's bleak skyline. Metropol. Quite a tower. Quite a tower.
Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
It's too thick to cut with the plasma.
Hey Armstrong, top me off, will ya?
I'm pretty sure that wiring isn't up to code.
Metropol's bleak skyline.
Go.
I am waiting.
Okay. Okay.
So, we gotta find some big motor to trade with Leopold? Joy.
And a big motor.
I have nothing to say to him. I'm not here to...
Still parts.
It's too heavy.
Slag off.
Or loader.
Hey Armstrong, top me off, will ya?
I don't think he wants to talk, boss.
A narrow cylindrical robot.
I dub him 20
Hey Armstrong, top me
TEM.
off, will ya?
Why?
He looks like a piece of junk I saw once that had that serial number.
We can't afford to waste time on every random robot.
You know, boss, I
Fine, fine. Put me down for another megacycle.
Let me see your stuff.
Come take a look. That's a water chip. That's a water chip. I'll trade it for a gek.
That servo unit. We don't need enough.
Treated with the plug.
Let me see your stuff.
Come take a look. Tyro, I'm gonna...
I have no need for an abbot. Is that the motor that gimbal...
This is a Sterling air motor. Something else entirely.
Would it help me fly?
Nope.
We're not looking to...
That there's an old Nova Robotics subsistor coil.
Not interested.
A memory... I'll trade it for something real antique and fancy. I said something old and fancy.
Stupid conjunctive.
Luck will bring me something that'll cover a face and it's yours.
Something that covers a face.
Did you even listen to what...
Or what you... Gotta figure out how to get down below. Let me go to the... Wait a second.
I'm pretty sure the best place to find a big motor is going to be somewhere in the underworks, boss.
Okay, can you tell me how to get there, please?
It's no longer operational. It's far too high to try climbing. The edge is too tight for me to get any leverage.
Why don't you just try banging it?
Obviously, that wouldn't work.
No, but I could think of a great knock-knock joke.
No Urbanian. There's nothing there to receive the.
So I need to get a large engine. I gotta go down below, but I don't know how to get down below. Under way. History. Factor. Underworks. Underworks are closed for public safety and will be reopened once additional repairs are complete. Tower. 187. War of the Four Cities. Fragmentary data describes which metropole was won. The other cities, Urbany, Civadis, Urbany was the greatest to Metropole, but its most dangerous weapon was destroyed by Metropole's guardian, Goliath. Underworks. Get to there.
I have nothing. It looks like he's trying to fix that crashed hover bus. A crashed hover bus. I'm not here to steal. There's no reason for me to try to fix the bus. There's no reason for me to try to fix.
A ladder.
I've never had to talk to a lamp before. I've got no... Is that really the best idea?
Cornelius Factor Belt.
That's crazy talk.
There's nothing more to say. Bus stop. Service.
I am waiting.
Don't you think we should go check out where 187th shot up the tower?
Why?
Maybe he blasted a way in for us.
I am all for it, but can you tell me where that is?
Metropole's bleak sky.
Oh, it crashed into the bridge. I can't get across.
Ah, I just got that song out of my head.
Oops.
I'm not.
Need to go underground, number one.
Slag off.
A big yellow.
Hey Armstrong, top me off, will ya?
It's a priceless. It's a price. They belong to the high-end.
Did I just go home? Is that a thing? Thank you for watching the video. I hope you really enjoyed it, and if you did, please click the circle in the middle to subscribe. The rectangle on your left is another video. The rectangle on your right is a playlist of other videos that you may enjoy. Thanks again. Peace.